The first thing is to help kids to know that when the brain alarm goes off, it can be really hard to think clearly. So there are some things that we can do to quiet the alarm so that our thinking brain comes back, and then we can figure out, is this a real danger or a false alarm? That's where something like breathing or mindfulness activities come in, right? And kids are notoriously resistant when they're panicking. They're notoriously resistant to somebody saying to them, take a breath, right? So kids often say, I am breathing, or that doesn't help, right? But I think if we talk to our kids ahead of time about when the brain alarm goes off, thinking part of your brain shuts down. And we need to quiet the alarm to get the thinking part of your brain back. And so that's why we're going to do something like take some breaths or, do some other mindfulness thing. It's important to, in advance, decide on what's the calm down thing we're going to do. For some kids, it's something like breathing or mindfulness. For some kids, it might be something more physically active. We're going to jump up and down 50 times, or you're going to run up and down the staircase 3 times, something that gets their heart pounding and helps them to kind of come back down from the adrenaline and cortisol that's been released in response to that alarm. So you want your kid to understand something about the brain alarm. You want them to know something about how to quiet the alarm enough to get their thinking brain back on track. Kids usually need to be coached and prompted and led through those kinds of calm down activities, right? So if a parent says, we're going to take 3 breaths like we talk about, and a child says, that's stupid, or I don't want to do that, a parent can say, well, I'm going to do it. And then the parent just starts breathing or starts jumping or doing whatever it is that they've decided. And you're trying to, kind of just introduce a pause and hopefully get your child on board with doing one of those activities, because you as parent aren't going to talk about whatever it is that they're panicking or getting upset about until your child is using their regular voice again. And I love the phrase regular voice. I use that a lot, recommend that a lot. So instead of saying calm down, which makes people feel prickly, even for us as adults, if we're upset about something and someone says, calm down, that doesn't feel good, right? So we don't want to say that to our kids either. But we can say something about, we're going to take a few breaths, and when you're using your regular voice, I'll talk to you about whatever it is that your child is upset about. And regular voice is a good behavioral cue, and kids often work to calm themselves internally so they can get their regular voice back so that their parent is willing to talk to them about whatever it is, and it's just helpful all the way